Well, I mean, I think I felt worse on Saturday, to be honest. Like, I thought we played pretty well. It's like, you know, did make some free throws in the second half. First half, that kid put on a performance. I've been doing this here for a while. I'm not sure that I've seen a kid play that well, against me in one half of the game. So hats off to Hall. He was unbelievable, and it was hard to really game plan against what he does because the only thing we could have done better with him is like get back on defense. There was we missed, I think Bashir missed a free throw, and we did not run back. And then he's now loose in the open court with Adam Miller, who fouls him. So a guy that's got a game going like that, you just can't afford to have breakdowns in transition defense and give the guy more points. But credit to him. He shot it, Graham. He's 28% three-point field goal shooter on the year. He's 4 for 5 in the first half. So, uh, you know, great performance, individual performance. And I knew they were talented. I knew that they could score. I knew they scored 80 versus Arizona, and they've had other games like this. They could really put points on the board if they get going. So it was a tough night. It was tough. It's a hard loss.
I'm guessing those weren't the shots that you preferred in the final minute with what happened timeout and then the second free
Well, I
throw.
mean, no, I wanted to see if we could get Adam a three, and he didn't get the three initially. They guarded the play we ran well, and then from there, he's hit some big shots for us, and maybe we could have gone empty side ball screen with him and with JQ and get him rolling and maybe getting something more towards the basket there, but I trust him. He's made a lot of big shots. As far as the other one with Bashir, I just don't. I mean, I said to him, I'm not sure why he didn't like reload his shot at least, or to catch it up here and then just let it go. That's not something like a shot that I've seen him take. So yeah, that wasn't the shot that I hoped he would. And now, if he caught it naturally and went up into his shooting motion normally, then I would say, yeah, that would have been a fine shot.
Was it frustrating when one of the best 3-point shooting performances you ever had over here to come and lose it?
It's just frustrating because like we've been a top 30 defense most of the year, and like it's I feel like a dam that has holes in it, and you're just one day the offense isn't showing up for a period of the game, or in this case we couldn't stop them from scoring, and we've been doing that pretty well most of the season, and we had a good night on offense for the most part, maybe a couple of bad turnovers, but that's why I feel like pretty good about how we played. We just didn't win.
What are the sluggish reasons you feel like defensively, particularly the second half, just things from a cohesive standpoint, just things didn't go your way? Is it just chemistry? Is it just game planning? What
I mean, they have talented players. The guy Hall. We managed to get him out of the game for a period of time, and I think we made a run to take advantage of that some. But uh, they've been doing the same stuff. I mean, their guard Johnson is very physical, and he gets downhill, and he really does a good job of creating contact. There was a lot of contact under the basket when Bashir had an offensive rebound. There was no whistle there. That was a critical possession for us on offense. And it was reciprocated the other way when Johnson was jumping into our guys. He was getting the call. So that's how it plays out sometimes down the stretch. But all their, Curry could shoot it. I was more concerned about Curry and Johnson at halftime than I was Hall, because, like, I thought those guys would be more aggressive, and we held them down good in the first half, and I knew they would try and be more aggressive, and they both made a lot of plays on offense, especially Johnson down the stretch.
It was another game where your defense, when you turned up the pressure there, got some turnovers and got a couple threes and kind of got was that spurt that got you back in the game.
Yeah, I felt like we could get almost any shot we wanted if we just were patient enough. The offense was not the problem. It was really just our lack or inability to keep them off the free throw line late in the game. Uh, we didn't come over and help the guards as they drove it. We couldn't get someone to come over and challenge it. I mean, JQ had a few blocks, but we couldn't. We couldn't do enough defensively. That was the problem.
You guys good? It's 11:30. What do you think?
If you guys have another question or two, I'd be happy. I don't want to shut you out.
How impressive has BJ been just with Josan's inavailability and how aggressive he's been playing the last couple games? How impressive have you been?
Yes, I liked what he's doing scoring. He's doing great. He's really, coming into his own that way. He's put more time in. I've noticed him working since before Colorado, just getting extra reps, working on his shot, doing different things. I liked his passing tonight. He might have missed a couple guys, but he had a nice lob to JQ, and he's going to draw a lot of attention. And I think that's an underrated skill that he has that he's got to keep going to, and his ability to find his teammates, and he did that nicely with a lob to JQ at one point. JQ was fantastic too tonight. Just his, what he did offensively, the efficiency, his using his physicality in certain matchups to score around the basket, and just guarding multiple guys. He had to guard like multiple positions like usual, and 5 blocks and everything. So fantastic for him tonight. Thank you guys. Okay.
Did he just aggravate that at the end of the game the other night, or?
Joe San is a little bit of a pain in the ass because he is such a competitor that I've had other guys that if they, stub their toe, they might be out for a month. This guy, he was begging me to play, like even before Colorado. He was getting his treatment, trying to get back to the court. We had the Kansas game. He said, Coach, I'm playing on Saturday. He looked pretty good in practice, but it's different practice and playing against frickin' Baylor, on a Saturday night. So, like, we're going to be more patient with him. When he's ready to go, then we'll bring him back.
So saving him from himself, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, he appeared to be moving well enough, but then when you put him in that type of game against the type of athletes we're playing against and the level of teams we're playing against, it's just not. He's not there. He doesn't have the explosiveness, and that might be back by Friday, or I don't know. When I see it and I know it, then we're going to do the right thing for him, and then he'll be back.
Coach, with back-to-back close losses at home, how do you go now when it comes to executing down the stretch and making sure that when you're in those late game situations, you do a better job of getting better looks?
I don't know if we could have done any better against Baylor, to be honest. I don't know if there's a team in the country that could have done any better in late game situations. How we were able to tie that game and put it into overtime. Now, if you want to say that we didn't make some shots in overtime, that's a whole different ball game. Like we had clean looks in overtime too, and we just didn't make them. I don't know if that's fatigue based because guys are getting tired. In this game, yeah, like we didn't get stops, and I guess our execution could have been better on offense. Thank you.